topic that I would like to share with you is talking about body memory. And the body remembers many, many different things. Many of them are supportive, and the body also remembers, of course, the things that are not so supportive. In terms of building healthy habits, we're going to focus today on how can you engage your body memory so you can build a healthy memory that it supports you and makes you feel good. First of all, for those who are not so sure about what body memory is, you do it every time, every day when you ride a bike, when you go in a car, when you walk. Your body has learned at some point to do that, so it's automatized. And for instance, to stick with the example of the bike, if you go on a bike, you don't have to relearn it because your body knows how to do it. So you just get on the saddle and you know the locomotion, you know the coordination, and it can get you from A to B, which is very, very useful. The same with the bike or the same with walking. You know, babies, when they start to walk, it's a real discovery when they finally set the steps one step in front of each other and then they can march along into the world. So that's simple examples about body memory. Now, let's zoom in onto various healthy habits, and I'm going to introduce two that I regularly practice. One is called water swimming, and many, many other people with me are also totally fond of it. It has become a super hype, also thanks to Wim Hof and his method. I actually, I didn't start it because of Wim Hof, because I just started it because I was curious. And why I keep doing it is because of the effect afterwards. I feel fresh, I feel present, I feel energized, I feel renewed, I feel happy. And if I have had any other stuff that was going on, it's like wiped out. So the effect that it gives me afterwards is so good that I keep doing it no matter what. The same also with, for instance, yin practice, or I mean, I don't only practice yin, but I have a stable, steady morning practice. And what it gives me is I feel calm, I feel grounded, I feel in my body, I feel very spacious, but at the same time, super focused. And because of that effect, I've made it a habit. And if I don't do it, I actually get grumpy and I get irritable. And the same also with the cold water swimming. So I've come to a state where I want it. My body wants it, and it's not from here. It's from the cells. Because coming back to body memory, you have a kinesthetic memory, you have a cellular memory, and you have also a cognitive memory, and that is what happens in your brain. But the kinesthetic and the cellular memory is what your body remembers with your all your systems, not only with your gray cells in the brain. And that is actually what sticks the most. Charles Duhigg, he is an expert in building habits. He wrote this book, The Power of Habits, actually really recommendable. And he identified, and I'm going to just quote him here, that you need to have a desire and a trigger and an action and then a reward. So it's actually a loop. So it's a very clear thing with 3 steps. And in terms of building healthy habits, if I now stick to the cold water, you might want to feel you want a change. Maybe you feel tired, or you feel worried, or you feel, I don't know what, whatever you feel. And then you need to be prompted to do something. So in that sense, to go to the water and then go in there, do what you want to do. Maybe you just jump in a little, or you just tip your toe in, or you go all the way. So everybody is very, very different in how you build your habits. But what is necessary is that you do it, and that you do it regularly. And also here, I'm not a um, a proclaimer of, uh, rigid self-discipline, because uh, for some people it might work if they always go to a certain time. But for me personally, it works much better if I remember what it gives me afterwards, and then I want to do it. So it's a feel good factor. And now let's come to why it is hard for many people to build up a healthy habit. For instance, if I stick with the example of the cold water swimming, there's many people when I share that with them, they say, "Oh, I admire that you do it," or "I could never do that," or "Oh, I would like to, but I am afraid," or I feel too cold." So there's all sorts of reasons why not to do that, and I understand. Now let's focus on the fear before doing something is sometimes bigger than when you actually do it. And in terms of the cold water swimming, I never put pressure on myself that I will go in there, because it doesn't work. Having pressure is actually driving mostly people away from what they want to do. The thing that does work is to be in the present moment. And that is a huge word, but what it means exactly with the cold water swimming, I go on the bike, I go there, and then I just feel, how do I feel today? Do I want to jump in? Do I want to just go slowly in? Do I maybe not want to go at all in? But I go and do it. I go there, and then I see how I feel. And because I've been doing it many, many times, every time is different, but I know if I go in, I always feel better. And the same also with the yoga practice, be it a yin practice, be it a breath alignment practice, be it a more technical practice. So that is different because there are different shades to it. And I can help you, in fact, to build a habit like that. Everybody is very, very different, and what you need might totally not be what I need, but it's to figure out, what does it take for you to commit to a practice that supports you, especially in this time now where things constantly change and freedom is sometimes very limited, and that can take a toll on how you feel inside, if you're worrying, if you have anxiety, or if you're fearful. So if you're curious and you want to know more about how to build a healthy habit, and it doesn't need to be cold water swimming, it can be, for instance, meditation, it can be a yin practice, it can be committing to any simply doable regular self care practice that works for you.